So much. Welcome back. If you're streaming us on YouTube or Facebook or watching us on KUM TV, I'm still Jason Salas, and thanks for joining me, because joining me right now on the KUM couch is a master of making you feel better. Dr. David DeRose is here, and for 4 nights at the Hilton Guam Resort on Tumon Bay, you can learn how to live sharper, leaner, longer, and better in 30 days or less. Doc, I wanted to make sure I got each of those superlatives correct.
You're amazing. You're amazing, Jason.
Well, you're the one who brings joy to people's lives. So, Hafide, welcome to Guam. Very good to have you.
Thanks so much. Great to be with you.
Now, now I must admit, as a journalist and everything, there's a little bit of skepticism at first glance.
There should be.
How can you turn everybody's life around? Because so many people, there's a spectrum of things. People could have health afflictions, just basic depression, or just, they're not living their life as well as they could or should. How can you guarantee that they will be better in 30 days?
Well, you know how we work in medicine. We don't give guarantees, of course.
Okay.
But
high probability, though.
Yes, this is amazing, though. We're studying the topic of what's called hemorheology. And when I talk with lay people, they say, "Hemo what?" I mean, hemorheology, never heard of it. But Jason, hemorheology has been in the medical literature for decades.
Something with blood.
You're exactly right. It has to do with the flow properties of blood. And what the research has been showing is if we can get the blood to flow better to your tissues, that you're going to be healthier. Now, a lot of people say, well, that kind of sounds like a no-brainer. I mean, if you can get the oxygen better to your tissues, if you can get the waste removed better, I mean, the connections start to come. And especially when we talk about heart attack and stroke, and I show the data in the lectures that I'll be giving in Guam and that I've given in other places and included in our book, The Methuselah Factor, people say, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Stroke, blockage in blood supply to the brain. Hey, you improve blood supply, less strokes, less heart attacks. What's really amazing, though, physical performance, arthritis, mental clarity, all of these things are improved if we improve blood fluidity.
Now, how much of this, obviously it's a physical output, like the body will feel better, and as you said, you'll perform better, you'll probably sleep better, and you'll just do better. It's tax time. Everybody's under a lot of pressure, at least it was yesterday. Yesterday was a deadline. Is a lot of it mental as well? Well, if not the majority?
Here's the deal. I mean, these things are interrelated. So if I get your blood flowing better, your brain is going to function better, and that's going to help you deal with stressors, the challenges that come at you. But the flip side is also true. If you get really stressed out, what happens? Your blood vessels clamp down, your stress hormones rise, your blood pressure goes up, and that impairs your blood circulation. So it's kind of, chicken or the egg type question sometimes, but if we can get your blood fluidity better, we're moving in the right direction, but we're also going to say, hey, Jason, I want to improve your blood fluidity. Let me give you some pointers on stress.
Obviously, stress reduction would be the big thing.
Oh, it's important. It's an important part of the equation. So when we talk about our strategies, so the first book that we put out just a few years ago that really generated a lot of interest was called 30 Days to Natural Blood Pressure Control. It's still on the top of Amazon's charts. I mean, top 10, 12 books when it comes to blood pressure. So it's out there, but it's, again, natural strategies. And so the stuff we're writing, we're saying, hey, you don't need to take a bunch of pills. You just have to get on a healthy lifestyle, use maybe some judicious use of supplements or other things, and we can help you turn your life around.
There's a lot of people here who have tried a variety of things. I mean, I'm sure your colleagues, when they brought you out, the fine folks at the Guam SDA Clinic were saying Guam has got an abnormally high rate of cancer, of heart disease, of stroke, of things like that. What goes into your process? Because, of course, you tailor your presentation based on the audience you have, I'm sure.
Right,
but with that knowledge now and everything like that, how do you address a room full of people that they're saying they're going through something that is a lot of times hereditary?
Yeah, well, see, here's the interesting thing, Jason. So genes basically often set the stage or the background, but lifestyle and the other things in our environment, some people say that's what really is the place where the rubber meets the road. We now know today, through the science of epigenetics, that your lifestyle and other factors in your environment can actually turn genes on and off. So if you've got a bad hand genetically, that doesn't mean that you're going to have the heart attack that your father and grandfather had at 55, that you're going to follow in their footsteps at 55. Now, maybe you'll have a heart attack at 85 if you read the Methuselah Factor book or come to my lectures.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Great sales pitch, by the way.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're not saying we can prevent everything, but if we can delay the onset of these things, I mean, that's powerful.
Okay, and now for people that are, their appetite has been whetted a little bit, what's your success factor been? When you go around the world and give these presentations and work with a variety of cases, because I'm sure you've seen everything from chronic disease to, you know, severe, you know, mental health illness, and all the way up to, you know, like terminal patients and everything. Like,
we've seen
what's the success factor?
I mean, so we've seen so much success in intensive programs, but here's the problem. I'm saying, okay, I'm not doing intensive programs. I'm not going to come here for 2.5 weeks, at least not on this trip, and work with people intensively. We know we can get people with diabetes off their insulin, off their I'm not type 1, type 2. We can get people with blood pressure problems off their blood pressure meds. People can be feeling better. All of that can happen in a short time. But I'm looking at what can we do with a book? What can we do with a video? So we piloted this with blood pressure. So I can tell you the results we've had with that. So we've had the blood pressure book out for about 3 years, 30 Days to Natural Blood Pressure Control. And we find when communities use it and walk people in their community through a 30-day program, they on average lower their blood pressure 17 points without changing any medication.
That's amazing.
It is really amazing.
That's incredible, actually.
That
number was a lot higher than I was expecting.
Oh no, it's powerful.
And I'm starting to come around. That's incredible. Okay, so for people that want to avail of this amazing information, how can they do so? Can they buy advance tickets, or where should they show up?
All they need to do is show up at the Hilton there in Guam. The Guam Hilton will be starting Monday night, April 22nd at 6 p.m. We're kind of thinking there might be a lot of folks coming out, so we say get there early so you can get a good seat.
Okay, and for people that want to check out your book Until Then on Amazon, it's the Methuselah
Amazon
Factor.
is the best place to check the Methuselah Factor out and the